shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who is fearless. A young loner on a crusade to champion the cause in a world of reckless automobiles. These are my motovlogs.
Hey, Chris. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Not a whole lot, man. I want to say that I enjoy your videos quite a bit, man.
Thank you, man.
And I did a trip to Taylor's Dragon a long time ago and was looking for a better way to, basically make videos for myself.
Okay.
And put audio in them and all that kind of stuff. I made the mistake of buying a GoPro. I had a Garmin Verb, and man, that thing was excellent. Of course, Garmin quit making them,
Okay.
and stuff, but I'd said since I called you, I've had a triple bypass, and believe it or not, I had a stroke last week.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I can't even ride my bike anymore.
Man, I'm sorry to hear about that. Matter of fact, I'm on the Go-Wing as we speak, live on the Go-Wing. I'm talking to you via my Center 50. I just added the Center to my arsenal, and
yeah.
And I'm out here heading in from a long day's ride, doing a little Caliente live on the Go-Wing.
Well, I certainly appreciate it. I was hoping that, I might get over that way and ride with you sometime. And I've been using the Center for a long time, and I forget what the little box is that lets you connect wireless.
Center, the backpack, for your pack?
Well, it's
GP.
not the backpack.
Okay.
No, it's the other one. FreeWire.
The Center FreeWire. Okay, yeah, that plugs into the DIN cable.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's the only thing that kept me from going to the Center 50, because the 50 doesn't hook to the FreeWire, and
well,
it's so nice.
I'm actually hearing, I've been talking to some guys out in California, and they're saying that you can use the Center 50 with the FreeWire now.
Really?
Yeah, and they said that Center did an update that would allow you to update the 30K, and basically it turns the 30 into a 50.
Well, that's a pretty good deal. I stuck with the 20s because, I'm sorry, when I'm riding by myself, it's pretty nice to listen to audio books and listen to music and,
right.
Listen to the traffic and weather and all that good stuff. You know how that goes.
Right.
I got a 2012 Navigator.
Okay.
And, before I had the stroke, I was looking at getting back into riding, and I ride different from most people.
Okay.
When I get on it, I get on it and go to Colorado, Tennessee, or New York, or something like that,
Okay.
Everybody I know, they get on them and go to the grocery store,
Right. Where you live?
I'm in Pineville, Louisiana.
Are you in Louisiana? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm right in the center of the state. You look at the map and you see Alexandria, and I'm just north of that across the Red River.
Okay. Okay. All right. Louisiana, the first lady's from Louisiana.
Really?
Yeah, she's from New Orleans.
That sounds like a good deal. New Orleans. I got a bunch of relatives from New Orleans.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's there, and she's from there, and everything. And but yeah, the Center now supposed to work with the FreeWire. They said it the 30K update fixed that problem, and with the Center 50, you can use that with the Center FreeWire as well. So.
Well, that sounds like a really good deal. I actually couldn't believe that they were gonna eliminate, thousands of older bikes, that didn't come with Bluetooth,
Right. Yep.
And I've got a friend that bought him a 2020, and I rode that around for a little bit, and he swapped off with the 2012, and we went for about a 200-mile ride, and went for lunch, and of course he rode his on the way back, and we're talking, and he goes, well, what did you think about my bike? And I said, well, I'll ask you this question. I said, how did you enjoy riding mine? And he looked back and he says, to tell you the honest truth, he says, I wish I'd have never sold my, he had a 2016, he said, I wish I'd have
never sold it.
He said, man, there's so damn much more room on that bike, it's unreal.
Right. Yeah. I was talking to a gentleman just earlier, and he was asking me about, what I thought about that new one. And, he was asking me, well, what am I going to do when it's time to upgrade? What am I going to buy? I said, well, I hope by then Honda would have came back out with a big style gold wing, because if they haven't, that could be a deal breaker.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I think a lot of the loyal Honda Gold Wing riders like that big body style, and there's nothing wrong with the smaller style. I just think they should have made two bikes. If he was going to make a smaller one, that was fine, but they still should have kept the big one. So they had two bikes, a big one and a smaller one, and that way it at least gives a person an option to choose.
Exactly. Well, I'll tell you, Chris, my dad was an old Harley hog rider, and he wouldn't ride anything less than a electric glide, and I never did understand that. And unfortunately, I totaled 3 big bikes. The first one was a 1974 police special.
Okay.
And then I totaled 2 Honda Gold Wings.
Wow.
And I've had guys, well, the last one was a 95 that I actually bought brand new and wound up having to turn it back in because I lost my job. And then found it years later and bought it.
Okay.
And darn if I didn't have a guy that turned 4 feet in front of me in a 1-ton truck.
Wow.
Me doing 55 miles an hour.
Wow.
And I'm here right now because I was on the big bike. And I was a stunt man for a while, and you see all these guys in the movies laying down.
Right.
Don't do that.
Right.
The whole front end is designed to crush, and if I'd have laid it down, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
And that thing hit that truck, bent the frame on the truck, and literally stopped. If I'd have put my feet down, I'd have never dropped the bike.
Right. Wow.
But I was in shock, so I didn't put my feet down. And when it fell, of course, I stood up as it fell, and I was standing there over the bike.
Wow.
And I had several people that were witnesses. One of my cousins, he said, I just knew you were dead, dude. And he says, you stood up, you took that helmet off and threw it on the ground and walked over like you were going to beat the heck out of that guy. He says, I knew you were all right then.
Wow, that's a blessing, man. You was at an intersection? You was at a corner?
Yeah. Full intersection with a red light.
Wow.
And what the guy did, he ran a red light. Right. He was late trying to go to Academy Surplus.
Right.
And, he saw a couple 18-wheeler in a fire truck. He didn't see me in front of the fire truck. He just turned,
Right. Man. Yeah. That's why a lot of times when you watch my videos, you see me mainly on the interstates. That's not to say that something won't happen on the interstate, but anytime you're riding on a road, and sometimes these roads are unavoidable. If you're on your way to work or certain roads, you're gonna have red lights and intersections. But I avoid streets when I can, those where vehicles can turn out in front of me in any direction. That's not to say on the interstate they can't cross over from the other side, but that's why a lot of my riding is on the interstate. I feel like it's much safer as opposed to like
Oh yeah.
these roads with red lights and stop signs and intersections. But again, they're unavoidable because at some point you're gonna have to go down a road where there's other, red lights and stop signs and intersections. So you just have to be careful and prayed up. But I'm glad, you was able to walk away from that accident.
Oh yeah. Luckily, I've been able to walk away from all three of them. The first one was kind of tough. I spent 8 months in a body cast, but
my God.
unfortunately, I put that police special through the back seat of a Delta 88 at 65 miles an hour.
Wow.
Same thing. Lady pulled out in front of an intersection.
Yep.
I was at MCRD in San Diego on a back road, nobody coming. Of course, I was doing something stupid. I was chasing my girlfriend. She was in a little red Corvette.
Okay.
And little red Corvettes are very fast.
Right.
But they don't outrun police specials.
Right.
And
how old were you at that time?
I was 20 years old.
Oh, okay.
And I had just finished boot camp, so thank God I was in the best shape of my life, at the time.
Right.
And I had a lot of people tell me that I wasn't gonna ever walk again. And I had an uncle that was a doctor, and he had a friend that was into sports medicine who's now over the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
And I got my fingers super glued. He brought me the first super glue, which is ethylene dichloride.
Okay.
And I got 4 fingers stuck together. That was all I could use was my fingers,
Okay.
And I was putting together a plastic model. I got them glued. And my uncle went to raising heck about the fact that, now he's got to cut my fingers apart and, otherwise they'd be there forever and blah, blah, blah. And when he caught his breath, I asked him, I said, well, look, let me ask you something. You tell me that it would permanently glue them forever, right? And he goes, yeah. But haven't you been listening? I said, well, yeah, I have. I said, how come you can't take, my mom was crocheting. I said, how come you can't take a hook thing like that, reach up in, my neck, pull the ligaments up where they're supposed to be, and then take a needle and squirt some of this stuff, glue it back together.
Right.
And he and his buddy looked like I had just slapped them away from the table,
Yeah.
And next thing I know, he's over there talking to the guy, and they come back and they said, well, guess what? You've just named your own poison, brother. Tomorrow morning we're going to hook your neck up.
Okay.
And I got all kind of hook marks in my neck. But they super glued my ligaments from my left chin all the way down to my big toe.
Okay. Man.
And
you've been through a lot.
It took me about 4 months to learn how to walk after that.
Wow, man, you've been through a lot.
Oh yeah, I played Superman for 55 feet. Came down and landed on a manhole cover and slid 75 feet further into a telephone pole. And I cracked a Bell X-1 helmet like Evel Knievel used to wear with the Confederate flag.
Yeah.
I cracked that sucker right down the middle. That's how hard I hit that pole.
Now you say you was playing Superman?
Yeah, I flew for 55 feet from the accident. It came down and landed on a manhole cover.
Okay.
In the middle of the road, and then slid 75 feet further into a telephone pole.
My God! Now this is when you was a stunt man?
No, this is when I was chasing that girl.
Okay. This is the same accident. Okay.
Yeah, I hit that Delta 88 with that big 74.
Right.
And the biggest part of that that was left was the transmission on the engine.
Man.
The rest of the bike just exploded.
Wow. My God. I can't even imagine.
And the poor little lady that was driving the car, thank goodness she didn't get hurt at all.
Yeah.
But when the chips came out, they got very upset because they were on police specials too, and they saw what was left of the police special.
Right.
And they were like, "Lady, you need to tell me you couldn't see that big ass bike."
You ain't lying. Yeah, that's why I got a lot of lights on my bike, man, because I know people will turn out in front of you. People are texting and driving. They're distracted. They're on medication. They're impaired. Man, you just
oh yeah, on the phone.
You're on the phone. People have health issues. Who knows? So you just have to keep your head on the swivel and just be careful. I try to pray every time
That's it.
on my bike.
I'll tell you something else. Like you've got the camera set up. That's one thing that saved my behind. I had that Garmin Verb Ultra recording, and it captured the entire wreck. And a good thing, because when I got out of the hospital, the guy that pulled out in front of me actually tried to sue me for me hitting him.
Wow.
Claiming that I had run the red light. And his attorney called me everything but a human. And I almost wanted to get up and slap him. And luckily my attorney kept me from doing that. And he just very calmly looked at the guy and he says, "Well, before we, get into this too bad, Mr. Fowler and I have a video that we'd like you to see."
Right.
And the guy's like, "A video?" And he says, "Yeah. Mr. Fowler had a dash camera, and we'd like to show you." And of course, the Garmin, got all of the GPS information, the speed, the time, temperature. I mean, everything you can imagine on the deal. And it showed that I was doing the speed limit, showed that I had a green light, which meant that the other guy had a red light. And the attorney just looked at him and says, hang on a minute. He opened his briefcase. He says, "How much money do you want?"
Right. Wow. Good thing you had that on film.
That's it. He knew that if I took that to court, he was going to have a lot of problems.
Right. Yeah. So they had to settle out, so they don't want to have to put the truth out there. So, but I'm just glad God kept you around, man. I'm glad you're still here and able to, talk about it and share that story with me, man. But yeah, we have to be careful out here, as bikers, and you have to keep your head on the swivel and stay prayed up and just be careful out here. That's you have to drive for you and everybody around you.
Well, that's it. If you don't keep your head on the swivel, kind of like flying a fighter plane, you get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and then a lot of these drivers now, they'll come up behind you driving so fast. You'll check your rearview mirror. Oh, yeah. It's back there. Then you look back there again, you see a guy coming up doing 100 miles an hour. So,
Yeah.
You just be careful.
My friend's got a big 1500 BMW. He lives in San Antonio, and we were going from San Antonio to El Paso, and we had an 18-wheeler that got behind us, shoved us 120 miles an hour, and the guy actually thought it was funny. I was talking to him on the CB trying to get him to back down, and he was laughing about it. Of course, the thing he forgot is you can't outrun a cell phone,
Right. That's right.
And we called the state police, and, a couple miles down the road, they decided that they'd get him.
Right. Well, that's good.
And,
hopefully they locked his butt up.
Oh, yeah, they took him. The police officer told me, he says, "We're going to not only take him to jail, but we're going to throw away the key." He says, 125 and an 18-wheeler loaded with 100,000 pounds. And he says, number one, he's overweight. He says, DOT's going to come out and weigh the truck. And he says, we witnessed the fact that he was 4 feet off your bumper.
Right.
Yep. And he says, I got photos of it, and he says, he's gone.
Yeah.
He says, he'll never drive a truck again.
Yeah, they need to take his license. It's commercial license on that one.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna keep on trucking down the road. It was nice talking to you. I want you to save.
Listen, you be careful and yeah, save the number here. Hopefully I can get back into riding this thing. One of the main reasons I didn't, I've also got my left rotator cuff is torn up. When I had my heart attack, I fell off the top of a 14-foot motorhome.
Right.
And messed up the rotator cuff. And, I'm hoping that, maybe a couple months down the road, I'll still be able to ride the bike,
Right.
And maybe we can get together and ride one of these days.
All righty. Well, just save my number, give me a call, and I hope that God, give you a full recovery, heal your body, and bring you back better than ever. In Jesus' name.
Well, I appreciate it, Chris. And listen, you ride safe.
Okay.
And if you're ever down through this way again, on your way to New Orleans or something, give me a holler. And I don't know if you know, there's a good restaurant in Lafayette called Payson's. If you like good Cajun food, that's a good place to stop.
Okay. What's the name of it again? Payson's?
It's called Payson's.
Okay. Okay, I never heard of that.
And
sounds good though.
Oh, it's excellent, man.
Okay.
They serve alligator and all kind of good stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to check that out. Well, save my number and call me anytime, and I'll be in touch.
Thanks, I appreciate it. You take care.
All righty. All right, God bless you.
You too. Ride safe, brother.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. All righty, we're going to wrap this up. This is going to end the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Your boy Chris out on the Gold Wing. I appreciate each and every one of you, all of you guys that watch my videos, all of you guys that follow me on YouTube, the Facebook page. Thank you. If you guys have any questions or any comments, put them down in the comment section below. If you like this video, be sure to hit the like button. If you haven't already, be sure to sign up for the Chris Caliente Facebook group, the hottest Facebook group in the land. This is your boy Chris, out on the Gold Wing, the most luxurious motorcycle in the world, the GL 1800. And I will, as always, talk to you guys later. See you.